Tiffany Henyard has made quite a name for herself in the political world of Dalton. When she first ran for mayor, her message resonated with many residents who were frustrated with the status quo. Henyard campaigned on a platform of change, transparency, and bold reforms. She promised to tackle the city's long-standing issues with public safety, economic development, and education. From the start, Tiffany Henyard had a clear vision for the future of Dalton, but she also faced tremendous opposition, both from within her own party and from the city's political establishment. Many traditional politicians were wary of her approach, and even some of her supporters were skeptical of her bold promises. Nevertheless, Henyard forged ahead, determined to reshape the way things were done. Under her leadership, she took decisive action on key issues. Whether it was addressing crime rates, creating new job opportunities, or improving city infrastructure, she made it clear that she wasn't afraid to make tough decisions. But as her time in office progressed, her leadership began to face challenges that would test her resolve. One of the most significant challenges Henyard has faced came recently, when she made several high-profile appointments to key positions in the city government. These included roles like economic development, public relations, administration. For Henyard, these appointments were part of a larger strategy to fill positions with individuals who shared her vision for a new and improved Dalton. However, not everyone was happy with her choices. Her opponents, both political and otherwise, saw these appointments as an attempt to consolidate power. Some argued that Henyard was choosing individuals who were too loyal to her, and that the city's leadership should be more inclusive. Despite the backlash, Henyard defended her appointments, insisting that she had the right to choose individuals she believed could bring real change. She argued that these appointments were necessary to push forward the bold reforms she had promised during her campaign. But things took a dramatic turn when a legal challenge was brought against these appointments, and a judge ruled to block them. This legal setback has raised questions about Henyard's ability to lead and her future in office. So what exactly happened? The legal challenge centered around whether Henyard had followed the proper legal procedures for making these appointments. In many cities, the mayor has the authority to appoint key officials, but those appointments often require approval from other government bodies, such as the city council. Henyard's opponents argued that she had bypassed these necessary checks and balances. The judge's decision to block the appointment suggests that Henyard may have acted outside the bounds of the law. The ruling has significant implications, both for Henyard personally and for the future of governance in Dalton. This situation brings to the forefront important questions about the balance of power between the executive and legislative branches of local government. It's important to understand that Henyard's approach to these appointments wasn't a simple administrative decision. These appointments were part of her larger strategy to reform the city's leadership and push through her policy agenda. By choosing individuals she trusted, Henyard believed she could build a team that would help her achieve. But why did Henyard feel the need to act so quickly and decisively? The answer lies in the political climate she's been navigating since taking office. From the very beginning, Henyard has faced strong opposition from both sides of the political spectrum. Critics argue that she's been too focused on making quick changes without fully considering the consequences of her decisions. Others believe she's been too ambitious in her efforts to push for reforms that some feel are too radical. Henyard's approach has been controversial, to say the least. She has shown a willingness to challenge the traditional political structures in the city, often bypassing the usual channels of power to get things done. This has earned her both praise and criticism, and it has made her a polarizing figure in local politics. As mayor, Henyard has had to walk a fine line. She's needed to balance her own agenda with the realities of governing in a politically divided city. At times, this has meant making unpopular decisions, such as pushing for major changes without waiting for full consensus or approval. And now, with the legal challenge to her appointments, Henyard's leadership is being tested in a way it hasn't been before. The political implications of this legal challenge are far-reaching. Henyard's opponents are using this ruling to question her authority and ability to govern. The timing of the legal challenge is also significant, coming at a time when Henyard is trying to push through a series of important reforms. For Henyard, this ruling is more than just a legal defeat. It's a political blow. Her ability to make decisions and execute her vision for the city has been called into question. Critics are now asking whether she has the experience and political savvy to navigate these complex legal and political challenges. This has created a tense atmosphere in the city, as political factions mobilize to either support or challenge Henyard's leadership. Some political analysts believe this ruling could be the beginning of a larger movement to undermine Henyard's authority, while others argue that it's simply a temporary setback for a mayor who is still in the early stages of her term. But what does all this mean for Henyard's future as mayor? The legal ruling may have dealt her a blow, but it's not the end of her leadership. Henyard still has the option to appeal the ruling, and she may be able to rework her appointments to meet the legal requirements. The real question is whether she can regain the trust of the people and the political establishment. This legal challenge has put a spotlight on her leadership, and her ability to respond to this crisis will shape the way she is remembered. Will she learn from this setback and come back stronger, or will this mark the beginning of a more difficult and uncertain path for her? Looking ahead, Henyard will need to prove that she can navigate the complex political landscape of Dalton while staying true to her reformist vision. Her supporters are still behind her, but they will be closely watching how she handles this setback. Whether Henyard can maintain her political standing and continue her work as mayor depends largely on how she responds to this legal challenge. The ruling is a reminder that even bold leaders like Henyard must operate within the framework of the law. Her leadership will be judged not just by her ability to enact change, but by her capacity to balance ambition with legal and political realities. So there you have it. Tiffany Henyard, the mayor of Dalton, is facing a significant legal challenge that has blocked her recent appointments. This ruling has raised important questions about her leadership, her decision-making process, and her future as mayor. What do you think about the judge's decision? Do you believe Henyard has overstepped her authority, or do you think she was simply trying to move the city forward? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more updates on this and other important stories. Until next time, stay informed.